Hi cuties! It's rack time, random acts of commentary. How are you? How was your week last week? Mine was really full, as always. This week I want to be short and sweet. Last week I was long-winded. I had lots to say. That's okay. But this week I wanted to be short and to the point. There's been something that's been on my mind, and it's the fact that we need to listen more. Listen, there's so many people who want to talk. And there's not very many people who want to listen. And there's just so many people who want to talk. And a couple people who want to listen. And it's not just listening, but active listening. Because I've realized that most people are waiting for you to take a breath. And then they start in on everything they really wanted to say while you were talking. They're like, oh my gosh, that relates to something that is going on with me. And that reminds me of something else about me. And back to B. But how many people, when you're talking to them, ask you engaging questions about what you're talking about, which is, oh my gosh, really? That's so interesting. Tell me more about that. Oh my goodness, really? How does that make you feel? Oh my goodness, really? That is so cool. I really love what you're talking about. Is there anything more that you can share? How many people do that? Not very many. I have realized, and then it's one of those things that I am one of those people who I love to talk, but I actually am a really good listener. I am the person who asks lots of questions to people. Really? Tell me more about that. And how many people are in your family? And how well do you guys get along? And oh, where did you come from? And how long did you live there? And when did you move here? And how are you finding it here? And oh my goodness, how did that affect you from your childhood to now? Like, I could tell you so many people's story. And I realized that last week especially, I needed to be heard. I needed people to listen to me. I needed people to ask me questions like, how was I feeling? How was I getting along? Because sometimes it's the people who seem like they know so much and their lives are so great who actually really need to talk and they need people to listen. So I make it a point to listen. People need that. It feels like they are validated and they are somebody when you listen to them. So I want us to take 3 people this week that we are going to actively listen to. And I want your significant other, if you have one, and your children to be an obvious no-brainer. So they can't be a part of your 3. Okay? Is that fair? Yeah. So if it's your significant other, and I want you to especially find things that you don't find interesting. Like, I could care less about my kids' video games. Like, literally. But I am learning to go, really? And that character does that? Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Tell me more. Until they feel like, wow, my mommy's interested in me. Significant other, whether it's basketball, football, or something about his work that I might not find as interesting as he does. My guy's a history buff, and I'd love to ask him more questions about history. Something that I actually find him interesting. I can't even say I don't find it interesting, but he is captivated and fascinated by it. And I can take a couple little doses and then I'm good. But when he really needs to talk and I'm like, let me hear more about that. That feels good for someone to listen to you. So this week, pick 3 people. And it would be great if you might not have spoken to them in a while. Or it could be somebody you speak to all the time, but maybe it's all about you when you talk to them. Maybe it should be about them. And if everybody did that, can you imagine how amazing our world would feel with a whole bunch of people who are listened to? It would be amazing. I love it. The idea of it just makes me tingly inside. 3 people. How are you doing? Oh, really? How does that make you feel? Tell me more about that. Active listening. 3 people this week. Okay, have a great one.